In life, we seen within this part of the world, great people like Kawasaki who invented algorithm, Lovely Newton, Henry Ford, the Wright brothers, Albert Einstein, and Elon Musk. See, you are in rush. You want to go to places that nobody has been. You are reinventing a certain industry, from the rocket industry with SpaceX to the car industry with Tesla. What's your life mission? What do you do whatever you do? So first of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. I'm having really great time with my kids in Dubai. It's really been fascinating. I really encourage anyone who hasn't been to visit Watford City. Thank you. And in terms of the motivation, I used to like the short of kind of a long version of explanation, but essentially, when I was a kid, I was wondering what's the meaning of life, why we're here, what is it all about, and I came to the conclusion that what really matters is try to understand the right questions to ask, and the more that we can increase the scope and scale of human consciousness, the better we're able to ask the questions. And so I think there are certain things that are necessary to ensure that the future is good. And some of those things are in the long term, having long-term sustainable strength bonds and sustainable energy generation, and to be a basic flowering civilization, and for humanity to be out there among the stars and be monoplanetary species. I think that being a multi-planetary species of being is important for the long-term survival of humanity, and that's one reason I apply insurance for like collectively, like say we know it. But then the part that I find personally most motivating is that it increases a sense of adventure and it makes people excited about the future. If you consider the future one where we are forever confined to Earth until eventually something terrible happens, or another future where there are many planets, maybe even going beyond the solar system, I think the space invention is incredibly exciting and inspiring. There need to be reasons to get up in the morning, like just about solving problems. Otherwise, what's the point? Think of a thing that people find inspiring and make life worth living. So, what's life for you? I mean, you look at our life and had you before you speaking. Seek a dream. Is it real? Is it a million deal? What's it like for Elon Musk? I find as I get older, I find the question to be maybe more and more confusing and troubling or uncertain. Particularly when you see the advancement of something like video games. For the years you have video games, the more advanced video game would be. Like Pong, when you had to rectangles and like batting it back and forth. I like it. Yeah, me too, exactly. So I saw there a bit. We both play the same game. That was a really fun game at the time. But now you can see video game that photorealistic, almost photorealistic, and millions of people play simultaneously, and you see where things are going with virtual reality and augmented reality, and if you extrapolate that out with any rate of progress at all and keeping or 1% of something like that a year, then eventually those games will be indistinguishable from reality. So when realistic, you won't be able to tell the difference between the game and reality as we know it. And then it seemed like, well, how do we know that didn't happen in the past? One of the game. How do we know that didn't happen in the past? We're not in one of those games ourselves. Interesting. I mean, it could be. Everything is possible in life. I mean, there's, yeah, particularly like things tend to be accelerating to something. I mean, if we look at up life, it seems like in the past 100 years life has been accelerating quite fast. Yeah, in the past 20 years, it getting faster and faster. It's more slow. So my question is really, how will life be 20, 30, 50 years from now? How the education of trend board, how do you see it? Well, I think this is one of those things that are quite difficult to predict. When you think of, say, the first control power line was in 1903 with the Wright brothers, and put 66 years later we put the first people on the moon. I mean, if you ask people, say, in 1900, what are the odds of landing on the moon, they would say that's ridiculous. I try to talk to them about the internet, they wouldn't know what the hell you are. Are you talking about like this are so crazy? But today with $100 device you can video conference with anyone in the world, the other side of the world, and you have Wi-Fi connection. It's basically free. You're free to have an instant visual communication with anyone, and even with millions of people. You know, with social media you can simultaneously. So you can Google something and ask any question. It's an article that you can ask someone any question to get an instant response. It's really difficult to predict, even in relatively recent past. So I think the one thing that we can be quite certain of is that any prediction we make today is that for the future will be wrong. That for sure. I think directionally I can tell you what I hope future has is the worst maybe what it would be. This may just be wishful thinking. I mean, I hope you are there on Mars and maybe beyond Mars together. I hope we're traveling frequently around the solar system, perhaps preparing for missions to nearby star system. I think all of that is possible in 50 years. I think it's going to be very exciting to do. I think we'll see autonomy and artificial intelligence advance tremendously, like quite near term, like exceeding probably 10 years. It will be very unusual for cars to be built that are not fully autonomous. 10 years from now, yeah, I think almost all car will be able of full autonomy in about 10 years. And see the Tesla cars are made today are the senior system necessary for full. And we think probably enough computer or safer than remotely and uploading. It's now that more computer power is needed. You can easily operate a computer. So that's all Tesla built. And other manufacturers will follow and do the same thing. So getting in your car will be getting an elevator. You just stay with where you want to go. Instead you there, extremely level of safety. And that will be normal, that should be normal. Like for elevator, there used to be elevator. Now get in, there will be a guy moving elevator. Now you just get in, you press the button, and they start confronted. Autonomy will be widespread. I think one of the most troubling questions are artificial intelligence, and I don't mean narrow AI like vehicle autonomy I put in the narrow AI class. It's narrowly trying to achieve a certain function. But if artificial intelligence was something called artificial general intelligence, where you can have AI that's much smarter than the master human on the earth, I think it's a dangerous situation. What's dangerous means that one view that artificial intelligence will have humanity. There are another school of thought that artificial intelligence is a threat to humanity. What's that? I think it's both. It's like one way to think of it. Imagine you are going to be visited. Imagine you're very confident that we are going to be visited by super intelligent aliens, and let's say 10 years or 20 years at the most. Super intelligent, you will within 20 years, well, aliens on the earth. Digital super intelligent will be like an alien. You are an alien, but my question is, do you think there's one other intelligent life outside the earth? It's improbable. I think this one of the right questions in physics and philosophy is where the aliens. Maybe they are among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true, but maybe we are aliens. Maybe we are, I mean, if you look at the part of the world, yeah. They believe that human beings are not from Earth. They came from somewhere else. Even Adam came from somewhere else to the Earth. So in a way, human beings are aliens to this planet. Do we think we'll make contact with aliens within the next 50 years? Well, it's really a tough one to say.